are going to do something a little bit differently. I am not an artist, but I have sketched out the story that we are going to talk to you about today. This story is Lehi's vision. Lehi had a vision of a man dressed in white who asked him to follow him. While he was following him, he discovered that he was in a dark place. He wandered around this dark place for many hours before he prayed that he could be somewhere safe. Then he saw a big field and a tree. He knew that the fruit on the tree would make people happy if they ate it. Lehi went to the tree immediately and ate the fruit. He said it was the best fruit that he had ever tasted. It was more sweet and white than anything he had ever eaten or seen before. After he ate the fruit, he also felt so happy that he wanted to share this happiness with his family. He looked around and saw a river of water by the tree. At the other end of the river, he saw his wife, Sariah, and his sons, Nephi and Sam. They looked lost and didn't know where they should go. Lehi called to them, and they came to the tree and partook of the fruit too. Lehi looked again for his sons Laman and Lemuel, because he wanted them to partake of the fruit also. He had found them and called to them, but they wouldn't come to him. At the bank of the river, Lehi noticed an iron rod that led to the tree. The iron rod was along a straight and narrow path. At the other end of the river was a large field. A lot of people were coming to the straight and narrow path that led to the tree, but a huge dark cloud, also known as a mist of darkness, came, and a lot of people wandered off the path and were lost. Other people kept walking towards the tree and found the rod of iron in the darkness and held on really tightly to it. They used the iron rod to help them find the tree where Lehi was, and they were able to partake of the same fruit. After they partook of the fruit, they looked around and then looked like they were embarrassed that they took it. This caused Lehi to look around, and he saw a great and spacious, in other words, a really big building with people in it that were dressed in fancy clothes. They were pointing and laughing at those who had partaken of the fruit. This caused those people to leave the tree and wander off and get lost. Other people felt their way through the mist of darkness and traveled towards the great and spacious building. Some just fell into the river and drowned, and some just wandered away and were lost. The people who entered the building tried to make fun of those who were happy that they ate the fruit, including Lehi and his family, but they didn't listen to them. After Nephi heard his father tell this vision, he also wanted to see it and understand it better. So Nephi did what we should all do when we don't understand something. He prayed. The Lord not only gave Nephi the same vision, but he also sent an angel to explain to him what the different things represented. In 1 Nephi 11, we read the interpretation of Lehi's vision. When Nephi asked what the tree meant, the angel showed him the baby Jesus, and he told him that this baby was the Son of God. The angel asked Nephi if he understood now what the tree represented. He said,
Yea, it is the love of God which sheddeth itself abroad in the hearts of the children of men. Wherefore it is the most desirable above all things.
The angel also taught Nephi that the iron rod represents the word of God. The river represents the depths of hell. The field represents the world. The mists of darkness represents temptation. And the great and spacious building represents the pride of the world. What lessons do we learn from Lehi's vision? Discuss this as a family. For the lesson plan, check out our blog in the description below.